Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. In this video, we will be seeing what is the difference between Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3, and how to transition from Web 2 to Web 3. So, this video is done in a way such that it is very understandable even for beginners. So, please watch till the end. So, now we will get started. Phases of the Internet. The Internet can be divided into three phases: Web 1, Web 2, and Web 3. Web 1 it lasted from 1990s to the 2000s. Then after 2000, there a transition happened. Users started switching from Web 1 to Web 2. Web 2 is you are experiencing now. The internet now is called Web 2. It is from 2004 until date. Web 3 is the future. Web 3 has started evolving and it's been under development. And in the future is Web 3. So now we will be seeing in detail what is the real difference. So what is Web 1? Web 1 is a read-only internet. Here, all the data is controlled and owned by big companies. Everything will be written in the internet, and the people would be able to only read. They will not be able to comment, or they will not be able to tell about their opinions and comments. The users cannot modify or suggest any changes to the internet. The information that is available, that is not reliable, because the information provided by big companies such as Yahoo and Amazon, they provide the information and the people just blindly follow it. In olden days, if you ask your parents, they go to computer centers, and in computer centers they used to search the internet by keywords. If you type Arabic, the web will bring all the context related to the searched word Arabic. So this is Web 1, just read only. You cannot write or you cannot suggest any changes, and you do not own anything. It's all owned by big companies, and you will be able to just gather information from the internet. Such a simple model is called Web 1. And Web 2. This is the internet we are currently in. And here you can read and write data. Write in the sense you can create your own content, you can publish your own content, anyone can. And if there is a mistake in some context, or even the content posted by some big company has some mistakes or corrections, the users can suggest. There is comments there, right? In all websites, in all platforms, there are comments, reviews, etc. So anyone can be a source of info on the internet. Web 2 brought communication. The users can suggest changes and communicate effectively. Communication was the main focus here in Web 2. So the users can read and write to the internet, not only just read, they can write also. So until now, what you are experiencing, Facebook, WhatsApp, Chrome, etc., all these platforms come under Web 2. So I think you have understood Web 2. Now we will be seeing what is Web 3. Web 3. If you see Web 3, there is one additional feature. The previous features come along: read, write, and there is a third feature: own. The word own means you will own the data, your data. Your data is yours. It is not owned by some big companies or like that. The user's data is completely theirs, and it is under their control, and it is owned by themselves. A user's data cannot be accessed by the owning company itself. I think you can understand. The owning company cannot access the user's data, or they cannot modify it, or they cannot just delete the user off their platform. This is because the key feature and the main reason behind all this is blockchain technology. Web3 is built on blockchain. All the applications and platforms are run on the blockchain. So the data cannot be deleted. It is immutable. As if you see about blockchain, you would know the features of blockchain. It is immutable and it cannot be changed by anyone except the real owner, one who owns it. And once you have done a change, it cannot be reversed. A transaction cannot be reversed. So anything you own is really yours. even if it is a game asset, game tokens or something, game progress. It is really yours and it cannot be erased by the even the owning company of the game. So this will make the data and all the internet very reliable. You can just trust the internet without really trusting anyone. Blockchain ensures this by implementing this in Web3. So some of the examples are paragraph. You can just type in Google paragraph Web3. Type like that. Then you will see a platform called the paragraph. Then there are so many Web3 websites. You can explore the Web3 websites from Ethereum ecosystem. Just type in Ethereum ecosystem and click the enter. Then you will see a website. Click it. There you will see a lots of websites built on Ethereum. Ethereum is a blockchain. It is a type of blockchain. There are many chains: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. There are lots of chains, and Ethereum is one of them. Ethereum is best for building applications and development purposes. So now I will just show you the transition, how it will be from Web2 to Web3. Before showing that, I will just give some more details on Web2 to Web3 transition. So why it is necessary? Web2 to Web3 transition is necessary because it is very safe and reliable, so that your details and privacy are not compromised. You don't need to give your name, you don't need to give your age, your phone number, email ID, nothing. You will be assigned an ID, a wallet address. You will be seeing later on. So you will be assigned a unique ID. That ID is you in the Web3. So none of your information is leaked, or there is no possibility of information leakage and gathering by big companies. And wallet is required to interact with the dApps and platforms. In Web3, you should have a wallet. Wallet is something which gives you access to all the applications, and it lets you interact with the Web3 by giving you access to dApps. dApps means decentralized applications and platforms. So we'll be seeing how to open a wallet and what is a wallet in deep in another video. Today I will be just showing that how to access the website. I will be showing the example websites of Web2 and Web3. So next, as I said, mobile, email or any other personal info, it is not required in Web3. The login would just require a wallet, and your wallet is think of it as just a roll number or account number assigned to you on the web. You should keep it safe, and with that you can access all the platforms and websites. All websites and signups will be made through the wallet. Okay. So another main point in this is there is no intermediaries before two persons on the Web3. If person 1 wants to send some money, let's take some bitcoins to person 2. So actually the transaction goes from wallet 1 to wallet 2. There will not be any intermediaries in between. No banks, no third party, no one in between. Just the transaction goes directly from wallet 1 to wallet 2. And indeed there is a small transaction fee in between. That is very little, 0.01001 ETH or something like that, very little, depending on the network you choose. So this prevents any fraud from happening. No fraud can happen, no one can deceive you of your money, and no extra fees, brokerage fees and account maintenance. No extra fees on your account. Just everything will be transparent and reliable. A small transaction fees will be charged, and no tax, no fees, nothing. You can even send money cross border from one country to another. Everything will be made very easy. Next, your account cannot be blocked or suspended by anyone because you own the wallet. If you create a wallet, it is owned by you. No one can block it or take your funds from that wallet. It is unhackable. Okay. Even though now the Web3 is not completely developed, It is still under development. More features are being introduced, and now the government has some not some more restrictions on cryptocurrencies on the Web3. The government control more, but the ideal way of Web3 is, as I have explained here, there will not be any third parties in between and no account blockage or suspension. And these features are currently actually inherited in Web3. Web3 is rapidly developing technology under blockchain. Okay, now I will be demonstrating some Web2 and Web3 platforms. First, let us see Web2. Web2 have a lot of platforms. All the platforms you use today are Web2. Snapchat, WhatsApp, Facebook, all social media platforms, then Word, Google, all the products of Google, Microsoft, everything. All these things are Web2. And if you see here, I will just go to Facebook, create new account. It would ask you for so many details: first name, last name, and your date of birth, gender, mobile data, email address, password. Okay, you are required to submit lots of your details to Facebook, and they will have a record of this, right? Even though they do not use it for any legal purpose, we want to. There is a need to trust Facebook with our all details. Web3 eliminates this by it doesn't even ask for these details. No details are required. I will be shortly showing Web3, and you can just see WhatsApp or any other platform. It would require at least your email ID to log in, and everything is done by your email ID. And any payment or transaction, obviously it is done by your government banks or private banks. Obviously it is banks. You need to have an account, and you can process the transactions via UPI or credit cards, etc. All these would require significant transaction fees. Then you need to you are required to keep a minimum balance in banks. There are so many restrictions, right? If you want to send money from one country to another, it will become difficult. Then if you want to use some platforms that are defined in some remote country, it will become difficult again. There are so many difficulties. But if you see Web3, this is one of the Web3 platforms. This is a platform paragraph where you can just post some your ideas, articles. You can publish. This is a publishing platform. Okay, so I will just try to sign in, login or sign up. So as I said, Web3 is not completely developed. The ideal way of Web3 has not been implemented yet. As the result, you are seeing email option, Twitter, GitHub, Farcaster. Farcaster is a Web3 application. Then come down here, last, continue with the wallet. Here, this is our Web3 way of login. If you click continue with the wallet, then it lists a lot of wallets. 557 wallets are there. All these are crypto wallets. I will be explaining all these in detail, and how to choose between these, which one is best, and how to create an account in one of these. All these things I will be explaining in a future video. So in this video we will just end up with this. So MetaMask, it's one of the popular wallets. I have an account in MetaMask. So if you have an account, you can just click that, or you can search whatever wallet you want. There are lots of wallets, and it is your wish to choose which one to use. If I choose MetaMask, then it will immediately ask to connect with the wallet. So I am not in my actual browser, so I can't demonstrate now. If you click here, then it will ask if you had the MetaMask extension and logged in. If you are logged in, then immediately you will have a pop-up window here, and MetaMask will appear. Then you can immediately log in with the MetaMask. Okay, you can approve that. It will require a signature request. If you approve it, you can log into this website paragraph, and you can start your works here. Whatever transactions are involved with this website will be sent to your wallet. Okay, So connecting the wallet, creating wallet, all those things I will clearly demonstrate in another video. Now I hope that you understand the difference between Web1, Web2 and Web3. Web3 has begun to come into existence but not yet fully. Okay. I hope you understood the concepts of Web1, Web2 and Web3 and the need for a transition and how the transition will be. Thank you.